Ever wondered how life is in the most secretive state in the world, North Korea? Picture a nation unlike any other, one that is widely known for its unique set of restrictions and controls compared to the rest of the world. North Korea is a country that seems to exist in a different time and space, where the government's grip extends to every aspect of life, from the information citizens receive to the way they express themselves. This isolation, coupled with stringent control mechanisms, creates an environment that is both fascinating and confounding to outsiders. It's a place where even the most mundane aspects of daily life are governed by rules that may seem unimaginable to many of us. As we begin this journey, it's important to remember that these restrictions are reality for millions of North Koreans. Let's delve into some unique restrictions that North Korean citizens face on a daily basis. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. Imagine not having access to global news or websites. In North Korea, foreign information is severely restricted. This is not a dystopian novel plot, it's the everyday reality for North Koreans. The government has a firm grip over what kind of information seeps into the country and what goes out. Let's talk about foreign media. Access to international news outlets, websites, books, and television shows is heavily controlled. The citizens are provided with a limited window to the outside world, and that window is often painted with the government's preferred colors. Now imagine a world without Google, Facebook, or Twitter. Internet access in North Korea is highly regulated and is available only to a select few. Most citizens don't have access to the World Wide Web and instead use a national internet system called Kwangmyong. This system only allows access to government-approved websites, blocking out a universe of information and free thought. But the control doesn't stop at the border of the internet. Independent media is practically non-existent in North Korea. All media outlets are government-controlled, and any access to independent or regime-critical information is strictly prohibited. This means that the government has the power to shape public opinion to a degree unimaginable in most countries. And for those who might think of tuning into foreign radio stations, think again. It's forbidden to tune into international broadcasts or use modified radios to catch external signals. The local radio stations controlled by the government serve as another channel for official propaganda. In essence, the North Korean government controls what its citizens see, hear, and know. It's a stark reminder of how information, or the lack thereof, can be used as a tool to maintain power and control. Freedom of expression and religion are fundamental rights, but in North Korea, these rights are heavily curtailed. Imagine a society where the art you create, the songs you sing, and the stories you tell are all subject to strict censorship. This is the reality for many North Koreans. Artistic and cultural expression are under severe control, and artists must adhere to government-approved themes and norms. This means that the art we see coming out of North Korea is often heavily influenced by the state's ideology and does not necessarily reflect the true feelings or experiences of its creators. But it's not just art that's under control. Religious practices are also heavily regulated, especially those that could be seen as showing loyalty to something other than the state. Unauthorized religions are strictly forbidden, and practicing them can lead to severe consequences. This is a far cry from the freedom of religion we enjoy in many parts of the world, where we are free to practice or not practice any religion we choose. And it's not just about art or religion. Even political dissent, something that is protected by the freedom of speech in many countries, is not tolerated in North Korea. Any activity or expression that challenges the government or the supreme leader is strictly prohibited. Political dissent can lead to severe consequences, including execution. This means that North Koreans live under the constant threat of punishment for expressing their thoughts or beliefs. In North Korea, freedom of expression and religion are not just curtailed, they are fundamentally reshaped to fit the state's narrative. This means that the people of North Korea must navigate a society where expressing oneself freely, whether through art, religion, or political speech, can lead to severe consequences. North Koreans must navigate a society where expressing oneself freely can lead to severe consequences. Do you love traveling or connecting with people from different cultures? Such experiences are a distant dream for most North Koreans. It may be hard to imagine, but in North Korea, the concept of international travel is heavily controlled and fraught with restrictions. Your average citizen doesn't have the liberty to pack their bags and set off to explore the world. Travel permissions are not easily granted, and when they are, it's typically for official purposes. And even then, those who are allowed to travel are under strict supervision. But the restrictions don't end at travel. Let's say you're a tourist visiting North Korea. You might want to capture your experiences through photos, right? Well, in North Korea, that's not as simple as point and click. Unauthorized photography, particularly of military facilities or personnel, is strictly forbidden. Even as a visitor, your camera could be subject to scrutiny, and photos deemed inappropriate can result in severe consequences. Now let's talk about human connections and interactions. In many parts of the world, meeting and interacting with people from different cultures is seen as an enriching experience. However, in North Korea, contact with foreigners is tightly controlled. Citizens are not allowed to engage in unauthorized conversations with international visitors. Any attempt at unauthorized contact could lead to punishments. This means that the opportunity for cultural exchange and understanding is severely limited. In essence, these restrictions create a world where movement is limited, information is controlled, and human connections are strictly regulated. It's a stark contrast to the freedom of movement and connection many of us are fortunate enough to enjoy. These stringent rules and regulations shape the lives of North Koreans in ways that are hard for many of us to comprehend. It's a reality that underscores the importance of appreciating the freedoms we often take for granted. Life in North Korea is a world away from the freedom of movement and connection we often take for granted. Scene script. Even personal choices like what music to listen to, what hairstyle to wear, or what device to use are dictated by the state in North Korea. Imagine not being able to jam to your favorite foreign tunes. In North Korea, foreign music, particularly from South Korea, is prohibited. The only melodies filling the air are those promoting the government's ideology. It's a symphony of control, where the notes of individuality are muted. Now let's talk about self-expression. In many parts of the world, our hairstyle is a form of self-expression, a way to showcase our unique personality or style. But in North Korea, even this small freedom is curtailed. There are restrictions on the length and style of hair for both men and women. Conformity is key, and the government plays the role of a stringent stylist, ensuring everyone's look falls within approved norms. And then comes the most ubiquitous of personal items in the 21st century, the mobile phone. In an era where smartphones are almost an extension of ourselves, North Korean citizens are restricted to locally manufactured mobile devices with limited functions. Foreign mobiles, not allowed. The government's desire to monitor and control extends to the digital realm as well. The phones used by the populace are subject to tracking, creating an environment where privacy is as scarce as a foreign tune on a North Korean radio. It's a stark contrast to the rest of the world, where personal choices are seen as a fundamental right, a cornerstone individuality, and freedom. But in North Korea, the concept of personal takes on a different meaning. The color of your hair, the song in your ear, the device in your pocket, all are subject to the state's control. In North Korea, personal choices are not so personal after all. If you're finding this video informative and want to delve deeper into such global issues, please subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Living in North Korea is a unique experience, shaped by a myriad of restrictions and controls. We've delved into the numerous facets of life there, from the limited access to foreign media and information, to the stringent controls over freedom of expression and religion. Government control extends to personal lifestyle choices as well, from hair and clothing styles, to the use of mobile devices. Travel abroad is heavily regulated, and even the types of food one can access are limited and controlled. Artistic and cultural expression must adhere to themes, and any dissent can lead to severe consequences. Meanwhile, the internet is a luxury for the few, with most citizens relying on a national intranet. In essence, life in North Korea is navigated within a framework of strict rules and regulations, a stark contrast to the relative freedom enjoyed by many around the globe. While we can only glimpse into life in North Korea, it's clear that its citizens navigate a world far different from ours. Before we wrap up, remember to hit that subscribe button for more insightful videos like this one.